Welcome back, everybody. It's 6:25 a.m. Every Tuesday and Thursday morning, a group of people come together at the YMCA in Decatur.
WAND's Karen Isert shows us the 12-week program designed to get them moving and into shape. Good morning, Karen.
Good morning, guys. It's called Livestrong. It gives participants the tools they need to have a strong mind, body, and spirit. I met up with a few people who say this program has flipped their life around.
You keep high hopes and just live good, then if you can transmit that to other people, then, they have a better life.
For Roger Norm, staying positive is a way of life.
Just keep the high hopes. You got to keep everybody smiling and keep them in good cheer. Because if you start thinking about it, you can go into that depression or that anxiety, and it's better off to just keep everybody happy.
But life wasn't always positive. Roger was diagnosed with a cancer.
I had my spleen taken out. It was 13 inches diameter, weighed 11 pounds.
Now he's looking ahead at the future.
As you can, let your hands go down at the side. Keep your core nice and strong.
And in his future is weights and cardio with the Livestrong program at the YMCA in Decatur.
It's for cancer survivors. We meet twice a week, and it's designed as not only a fitness program, but it's a support program.
So just listen to your own body here.
The 12-week program works to bring survivors and those battling a cancer together.
Cancer survivors who exercise have a 40% less incidence of reoccurrence, but it's also, like I said, a support group, and so we see people, they're just feeling better and able to start taking that next step in their life.
Bit by bit, add the weight until you cannot do any reps.
Bringing people together from all walks of life.
I was in the first class that they had here. So since then I've decided to be the mentor, because when I came I'm going, what am I going through? So being a mentor to these people helps them to be a little more calm.
And encouraging those who are fighting for their life.
Cancer patients, whether we're survivors or not, we need a support group. These people are survivors, I'm a survivor, but we're here to support each other, and that's important, is the support groups.
Well, the Livestrong program is for anyone. It doesn't matter if you're diagnosed with cancer or a survivor. Anyone can be a part of the program. So just for more information, just head over to WANDTV.com. So cool to see the progress that everyone's made. We met people who were survivors, people who are battling right now, and it just shows how strong people are.
Right. I think you have a tendency, even though we know millions of people affected by this, to feel alone. And so I think something like this support group, as you said at the end there, was very important.
It was. They talk about, their treatment, talk about things that they've gone through. So just an overall encouraging thing.
So important. Thank you, Karen.
No problem.
All right, we'll be right back.
You're watching Central Illinois' best source for news and weather.
Keeping the homeless warm in the winter. Meet one man who is getting help from the Salvation Army's efforts.
And local health officials want you to test your home's radon levels. A look at how to do it.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I'm Meredith Juliet.
And I'm Matt Lovelace. 6:31 a.m. here on a chilly morning. Chilly on the roads. Be extra careful out there. Always be careful on the roads. I think this is just the message we should give out every day, right?
Be careful,
when you're driving to work. But it is cold out there. Meteorologist Jessica Dobson here. And it sounds like it's only getting colder, at least long term.
That's right, Matt. We are looking at long-term forecast that is showing an Arctic blast of cold air, as what we've mentioned before this morning. But we are dealing with numerous issues on roadways, multiple crashes, even roads closed this morning. So we are dealing with some cold temperatures, some patchy freezing, drizzle, and some patchy fog that is reducing visibility as well. So give yourself plenty of time as you're headed out and about. So current temperatures as you're headed outside this morning, you want to bundle up because they are sitting in the middle and upper 20s and low 30s. Now, as you compared to what we're used to seeing for this time of year, our highs should be in the middle 30s, and we're actually going to be seeing the low 30s. We're already starting off our day a bit above average in terms of our low temperatures. Now, as you plan the rest of your day, that cloud cover sticking around, it's going to be a bit breezy at times as well. So it's going to be kind of a gloomy, breezy day as we head throughout this afternoon. I'll talk more about this active pattern we have setting up. So an active rest of our week weather-wise. I'll talk more about that in my full forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Jessica. Well, as temperatures remain below freezing, dozens of homeless around central Illinois are searching for a place to stay. As
WAND's Darren Mullen shows us, it's often left to community organizations to lend people a helping hand.
As snow packed the pavement,
we've got a lot of good guys out here that's in different situations.
They packed the shelters.
I've lost my job. I've lost my house.
Sean Parker's homeless and has been for close to 6 years now.
If I didn't have the Salvation Army, I'd be out there sleeping in the cold.
He's been here at the Salvation Army shelter for about 6 weeks. Mary Claire Suitman has been here for around that same time frame as shelter program director.
It's vital for a shelter to be here so that people can get in out of this cold.
Suitman estimates there are about 60 to 70 people who are homeless in the Decatur area. With the possibility of more cold and snow throughout the winter, the shelter is needed to house dozens of them.
It gives people hope, and they see that there is people that do care about their community, and there's people that are willing to lend that hand.
Hope. That's what's getting Parker through until the day he leaves the shelter for the last time.
It's going to mean a lot to me because not only is it going to be a new day, it's going to be a new person. Just not giving up. I mean, I refuse to give up no matter what.
In Decatur, Darren Mullen, WAND News.
Now, the Salvation Army also provides services for homeless men to get a job and work their way back to finding a home of their own. Business and property owners in Urbana have to have their sidewalks cleared off of ice and snow by today at noon. The city says the sidewalk snow and ice removal requirement is in effect for the downtown, University, and South Philo Road snow removal districts. Sidewalks which are not cleared could be cleared by the city at the expense of the property owner.
In Edgar County, a man pled not guilty to impersonating law enforcement. Officials say in February, Justin Hefner went to the Edgar County Sheriff's Office pretending to be a federal agent and saying he needed help arresting people. After being arrested, he said he was working with the Department of Defense and he decided to represent himself in court. He has been getting treatment at the Alton Mental Health Center. For a second time, a Sangamon County judge denied lowering the bond of a former school board vice president. Prosecutors say Adam Lopez took control of over $1 million from clients before he was fired by Country Financial. Last month, Lopez was given an additional charge of financial exploitation of the elderly with a disability. His bond remains at $1.5 million.
Mattoon police arrested a woman they say shoplifted and then punched an officer in the face. Police say Brooke Brown was trying to shoplift from Walmart when she was approached in the store parking lot. They say she refused to cooperate. While being questioned by an officer back at the station, they say she punched him in the face. She's facing retail theft, possession of meth, and aggravated battery charges. The man charged with kidnapping Jamie Kloss and murdering her parents inside their Wisconsin home appeared in court. According to police, Jake Patterson targeted Kloss after watching her get on a school bus. The 13-year-old was found in Gordon, Wisconsin last week, about 3 months after Patterson allegedly killed her parents and took her captive.
The UIS Illinois Innocence Project is praising a first of its kind in the state. During one of his last actions in office, former Governor Bruce Rauner granted clemency to Grover Thompson. It's the first posthumous exoneration in the state. Thompson was wrongfully convicted for the rape and stabbing death of a woman in Mount Vernon back in 1981. Thompson later died in prison. In Champaign County, health leaders are asking you to do an annual radon test in your home. According to Champaign Public Health, nearly half of homes in the Champaign County area have high radon levels. Each year, radon gas is the cause of more lung cancer deaths in the country. Results may be given within 48 hours.
Their home is closed up for at least 48 hours. They need to test in a room that is lived in the lowest level, but not a bathroom or a kitchen or a utility room. Some places has high humidity and moisture. Then they run the test for 48 hours, seal it up, send it to the lab.
Radon kits are available all week long and can be picked up at the Environmental Health Division.
In Springfield, Tobin Jewelers is closing after 112 years. The jeweler is scheduled to shut its doors for good on March 15th. Tobin Jewelers opened in 1907, and starting next week, all inventory items will be sold at reduced prices. And Cross County Mall in Mattoon will welcome a new Rural King store. Rural King is expected to move from its DeWitt Avenue location into the location of the old Sears in Mattoon. The former location will serve as a distribution center. The goal is to increase mall traffic and add needed improvements.
The Illinois Supreme Court is getting a new portrait of Abraham Lincoln. It will be a high-quality recreation of a photograph Lincoln took for his 1860 presidential campaign. Lincoln would go on to win that election. The unveiling is today at 3 p.m. in the Illinois Supreme Court building. It is open to the public.
And coming up, some folks from the Macon County Mental Health Board will be in studio telling us about a survey and an upcoming event. And now for a look at this week's After Coffee deal. Get half off one of several treatments from Spa Via. Pick from massages, facial treatments, and more. Head to WANDTV.com to learn more about this deal and some others we still have available.
Let's take a live look outside on our Tuesday morning, 6:38 a.m. You can see some of that fog that Jess has been talking about. If you're watching right now, before you leave for work, leave sooner rather than later. Give yourself some extra time with ice on the roadways, ice probably on your car. Jess is going to have a full look at that forecast coming up after the break.